Space!
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hey!
You know, Maku, I would assume so, seeing as he's already in the game. Well, would you look at that? My microphone was unmuted yet again. Not that I had said or done anything necessarily other than sit here reading, sucking on my...
He's back!
How am I today? I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Don't judge me for sucking on. Oh, wow, that was awkward timing.
Hey!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Simas stream. Hello, Raiders. How are you doing today? Welcome. Sorry, somebody made a joke, so I... Oh, yes, hello, dogs. The dogs are here now. Just FYI.
Hey!
Anyways, I was making a joke about sucking on a cough drop because I've been doing a lot of voice stuff this weekend and this last week. So I've been trying to take care of my throat as best as I can. So cough drops, hot honey water, a lot of hydration. But somebody made a comment saying, you know, sucking on my and then censor cough drop as a joke. And so I did the whole sucking on my censor sound right as you rate it in, which is incredibly awkward. So, hello, Snapper, how are you? Nahil, hello. Hello, hello. Really? Yeah, that was pretty poor timing. So, Nahil, what were you doing today? You were streaming Slay the Spire. Okay. And how was Slay the Spire? Were you co-oping with anybody? Poor or perfect timing? True. Almost always PGs, so don't cut them out. Count them out. Yeah, that's true. It's true. So I am on dog duty. Recently, I've been saying like, oh, hey, you know, although I'm on dog duty, the dogs can't be summoned onto the stream because we currently have the upstairs blocked off because Rex is not doing well health-wise. It just wasn't safe for him. I mean, he can make it up the stairs, but he just couldn't make it down the stairs. Well, over the weekend, when I was doing my Stellaris recording, I was sitting at my computer doing my recording and editing, and suddenly I hear this little whine from behind me. I'm thinking, that's weird. That sounds just like Rex. But we have the staircases blocked off. That couldn't be him. And I heard it again. And I also heard the jingle of his chain that he has around his neck for his collar. I thought, oh great, he has to be upstairs. And so I get up, and sure enough, he somehow, the barricades were both still up, by the way, when I went and investigated later. So he managed to make his way upstairs, so I let him back down, and then about an hour or so later, he was upstairs again. I'm like, come on, buddy, like you can't do this. And I found out that one of the barriers had been moved. So I fixed it. And then it was a short while later, when I was taking a break, that he appeared again in the bedroom. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? You managed to make your way back down the stairs, okay? So I'm just going to remove one of the barriers. So now they can come and go as they please, as long as he doesn't get harassed along the way. Ruby loves to hound Rex as he goes up and down the staircase. Instigates, jumps at, nibbles, whatever. Australian Shepherd type things. So hopefully she doesn't cause him to fall down the stairs, but they may appear on stream today. He has no concept of not being able to do what he's always done. I have a video of, so I had fixed one of the barriers that he had managed to get past, and I had changed it slightly to make it more difficult for him to push past it. And I have a 4-minute video of him like going away and then coming back to the barrier, investigating, going away, and then coming back and investigating again, like maybe it's changed, maybe I can figure out how to get past it this time. I can't show it, but it was pretty funny. He's faking it for attention. I almost would hope so. That would be nice. Oh yes, please get yourself some after stream care. Sorry about that. At the beginning of stream, I tend to be really frazzled and like very squirrel moment, you know. Let's talk about this subject. Then somebody makes a single comment. Oh, let's talk about that subject. So please take care of yourself. Yeah, trying to sequence skip. True. So, speaking of which, that's like when you guys ever watch speedrun videos, right? Where people try to sequence break or they try to cheese their way through certain elements of the game, maybe go out of bounds, you know, break NPCs, cheat with abuse game bugs and things like that. Not really cheat necessarily, but effectively. I watched a Tainted Grail speedrun during one of my breaks from editing, and I watched somebody go from start to finish in about 40 minutes when it took us like 40 hours. It was quite impressive because there were things where I'm thinking, oh, I mean, I could have done that. Not that I thought about it, but I could have done that. It was pretty interesting. However, something that I was expecting, like, oh, they're going to use some clever, like, oh, if I go over here and vibrate against this wall, I can just jump through the terrain. No. So, Tainted Grail itself as a game has an unstuck mechanic, where if your character's stuck somewhere, you just open the menu, click the unstuck button, and it boop, pops you to a different location. They gamed the system where almost every other exploit was just run to a certain corner, open the menu, and unstuck myself to completely skip past certain things. I feel like watching that video, I almost felt cheated. Like, come on. Come on, you're not going to use something more clever than that? Good Lord. Probably can't no clip when he's being observed. Maybe. Did I hear self-care? Of course. And hello, Dole. How are you? So today we are playing more of our Crusader Kings game. I'm going to do my best to play as long as I can today, at least to get our 60-ish years out of the way. 50 to 60 years. We've been sitting here at the menu for quite some time. So hopefully we don't desync immediately. We'll find out shortly. Let the game begin. So, effectively, I feel like I'm kind of just running out the clock between now and the end of the date, or the end game date, which actually, let me just scoot my camera a little bit so you guys can actually see the time. I'll do what I can to help out our other players. We have Maku here in Sardinia, and we have Gaming Brain in Pomerania. Now, Pomerania is going to have to be cut down to size. If he wants to have lay with my empress? Yes, please. If he wants to turn things into vassals or like subject states to then integrate later in EU4, that's fine. But I don't agree with him being this gargantuan at the start. That's a little bit much. This is also why I haven't been incredibly aggressive. I don't. It was challenging enough to get to this point, but I don't feel like I want to trivialize EU4 any more than we already have. Seeing as I could potentially invade all of the Holy Roman Empire and have all of Britannia and France under my control at the start of EU4, then what am I gonna do in Vicky 3 at that point?
Hey!
I do plan on, you know, in EU4 making a whole bunch of New World colonies, and if people want to play as those New World colonies in EU4 or Vicky 3, that's also fine. I do plan on doing somewhat of a world conquest when we get to Hearts of Iron. But I don't need to do a world conquest beforehand, because then what's the point of even playing Hearts of Iron if I already own the world, right? It has been a historical a lot. So that was something that had crossed my mind a while ago. And that was if we were going to be doing So out of all the Paradox games, right? It goes from it goes from Crusader Kings into Europa Universalis, into Victoria, and then into Hearts of Iron, and jumps straight into Stellaris. If I were to choose another game to intersect Hearts of Iron, or, you know, go in between Hearts of Iron and Stellaris, that would be Terra Invicta. If I were to do such a playthrough, I would absolutely do China. 100%. Because in Terra Invicta, China and India are two of the strongest nations to have control over. It's not the United States. It's not the European Union. It's not Russia. It's China and India. And a big part of that is their population. Pops are power. Which is also certainly the case in Victoria. In Victoria 3, China, India, and Russia have such a large boon of population that it just makes the game easy. Well, it makes improving your economy easy because you have pops to work anywhere and everywhere. That doesn't necessarily mean it is easy to play those empires because they have a lot of problems. China, Indonesia, and Mali has formed. China has been there. Actually, it was formed, broke, formed again, and then broke again. Well, and now it's formed once more. Sure, I'll take your gold. So what is the ratio from gold in Crusader Kings into EU4? I wonder. Is my wife seeing someone else? I will investigate. She's innocent. It's gotta be because she has the lustful trait. Your character always is suspicious of such things. I do wish that the Crusader Kings game had the ability to kind of force AI to do historical things. That way, you know, you could kind of play alongside historical factions. Kind of like how Hearts of Iron does. However, sometimes the game is sometimes so much more interesting when the AI does what the AI wants to do. Which is making the Holy Roman Empire out of France rather than Germany. Granted, Germany really couldn't do it because we had this Scandinavian empire pretty much conquer everything. They conquered all of Scandinavia, They conquered all of the Baltic area. They conquered most of Westlavia and all of Germany. Well, like 80% of it. Your AI is asking you for help. Why? Because you have, oh, you have alliances. Well, so one of them is Gaming Brain. So what are you at war for? You're trying to take this? No. Oh, you're trying to take the island. Okay. I see. All right. You know, I had thought about trying to do a coastal run where my empire is just every coast tile. That way, when I get into like EU4, I am the naval lord. Like nobody can stop me from navy because nobody else can have a navy. If I own all the sea tiles, everyone has to go through me. Imagine being able to embargo somebody and then they can't trade with anybody outside. Smokey, please stop meowing. I don't know what you're so upset about, but I bet you it's unnecessary. All the islands, the Suez and Gibraltar. Good choices. Okay, so how much of our culture has been propagated? Renton's doing pretty good. We've done a lot of conversion. We just need people to continue to do so. Well, we need people with Breton to continue to do so.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
I could do that. Yeah, even with my, Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Oops. Even with my, caffeine tablet that I took this morning, I'm still struggling not to yawn or fall asleep. Remote culture, please. Victoria 3 does have multiplayer, but will we do multiplayer? It's entirely dependent on how stable it is. EU4 will be very stable, right? That's the intent. So EU4 should be able to be multiplayer throughout the entire season of it. Victoria 3, however, will be dependent on how stable it is. I honestly haven't done Victoria 3 multiplayer in a very long time, so I really don't know how good it is. Death to the enemy! Yes. Yes, hamster, I agree. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So much money. What are we gonna do with all this money, Chad? I wonder, what if I hired every mercenary in the game?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
If I hired all the mercenaries and then just kept them as mercenaries, and then nobody else would be able to have mercenaries, right? Nobody else would have mercenaries because I would have all of them.
Do it.
I have the money. I would do it for the meme. But I don't know. I don't think that is really necessary. I mean, what? Just to make it harder for the smaller, for the little guy? All right, what is your de jure territory? Galatia. Okay. I wonder what is required to make Portugal form.
Hey!
Oh, what happened? Did I do something? Your vassal has slain your nephew. Okay. If you think about it, mercenaries just more complicated men at arms. Okay, yeah. There's no Portugal forming in this game. There's no Title 40 or anything. But that's kind of my point, is how can you go from Crusader Kings into EU4 and have Portugal form? Do you just need the de jure territory and then you could create Portugal? Or will Portugal never form because it's not a formable title? I don't know. No. We our start was in the 800s, 876. However, this playthrough is a bit different than most. So, instead of doing a regular character, we did more of a mythical character. We are King Arthur. I was wanting to do a grand campaign with multiplayer. Well, at least as much multiplayer as the game will allow until it desinks too much. And when I was planning this series, I was trying to figure out which kingdoms I wanted to play in and which empires to form. Mostly over the course of all... Stop it! You're eating cardboard! Cut it out! Smokey's just looking at me like, what? There's nothing illegal about eating cardboard. Sorry, that's cat. Here. Oh, do I only have... Oh, yeah, Smokey. There you go. I don't have any normal photos of Smokey. We have baby Smokey. We have Smokey with Rex. And then we have frazzled Smokey when he got absolutely licked to death by a Rex. I have no normal Smokey photos. Anyways, so before we actually started the series, I was playing Tainted Grail: Fall of Avalon, which is a King Arthur gothic horror type roleplay game. And that got me really like, oh, let's play as King Arthur and let's have viewers as Knights of the Round Table. Now, to make it a bit easier, which actually ended up being a little too easy, was that I allowed us to become immortal. When players were creating their characters, you had to stay under the 400 point limit, but once you reached that point, then you could add immortality. You know, that way they were like questing knights. Maybe they were all blessed by the Lady of the Lake, and so they were blessed with immortality to help, you know, King Arthur create Britannia. Well, having done so, kind of trivialized some major mechanics of the game. In other words, you know, the whole, your character dies and then your realm gets split. So, King Arthur is immortal. Yes. So, you know, the whole like, oh wow, you're making ridiculous money, there's nobody that can stand against you. We're immortal. So our character has become godlike. They didn't start that way, but they have become godlike over time, where my stats are massive or monumental because I have been able to learn all of those other things over time. We had yes, Gamer Brain was a proper questing knight, and then decided to land in Pomerania so that he could create Prussia when we move on to EU4. Most of the immortals are dead now. That's partially because, you know, the AI, well, this is a hot seat session, a hot seat season. So players can come and go as they please, but that does mean that whenever they're not here, their AI will do AI things. And while they weren't here, several AI did AI things, like eating poisonous plants and getting themselves killed. Or actually, I'm not sure what killed Corset. Corset's character died from something. I'm not really sure. But a number of immortal characters had died. And so those players kind of felt like they're knocked out of the game, so they may come back in the next game. We did restart once or twice because characters immortals. Let's see here. We restarted once for Maku. And we restarted once for Gaming Brain. Gaming Brain did a duel that supposedly had a 0% chance for him to die, yet he still died. Which is weird. Yeah, at least we didn't have a second Black Death. So, to elaborate on that comment, the last time we did a multiplayer Crusader Kings, Dolphin had, we all had immortal characters. Dolphin was playing his immortal character and ended up coming across some mushroom and ate the mushroom. Turned out it was poisonous. It killed his character, and the moment he died, the Black Death spawned on the location that his character was at. So we chalked it up to the fact that his immortal character was holding the Black Death inside of him, and with his death, released the Black Death. And so in this event, his character died again by eating a poisonous plant. And we're thinking, thank goodness we already had our Black Death, because otherwise that probably would have been the next Black Death. Rounding be like, exactly. Exactly. So, mostly what we're doing right now is not just accumulating money, but we're trying to accumulate as much development as possible. That way, when we get into EU4, we are fairly strong at our start. Our development is incredibly high, at least in our home territory. Our lowest point is like 3, but that is not even connected. I don't even know if you get neighboring bonuses. You get no neighbor bonus because you're technically not adjacent. That's rough. Huh. Okay. King Werner wants to play a board game. Get out of here, Wiener. And that should be... Oh, never mind. We got one more. I gotta become a seducer. What's the purple spot? Oh, that? Oh, that's just the, so I had the development map mode. So it goes from, like, yellow as the highest to, like, dark purplish red as the lowest. So, like, if I zoom out, you'll see that this is, like, high development compared to the rest of the world. Where, like, this area, the purple, this one has 0 development. And it all changes respectively. So as a different area becomes higher, it changes everybody else by comparison to that location. China has done a lot of development, which has been rather surprising. So I really wish maybe we would use a mod for that, but I really wish that I would be able to give large sums of gold to vassals where I could like, hold on, isn't that something that you can do with uh-oh, plague? Oh, it's way down here. The administration. The administration, you're able to like transfer resources into a treasury for them to spend. Which is stronger, Chad, in your opinion? Is the centralized bureaucracy better than feudal? Uses influence, uses treasuries, enables noble families. I really haven't messed with the administrative because it's so new. I'm just not aware of how it operates. Well, it's not new. When it was new, I just did want to deal with it, and so I never learned it. No, I'm not a conqueror. My character, getting the conqueror trait as a player is incredibly hard. We did get Despoiler of Byzantium due to a weird event, but no. Is it a good idea to switch types so late? I actually don't know. We are early on in the High Medieval era. The Late Medieval, actually, I say early on. We're actually nearing the end of the High Medieval Age. The Late Medieval will be starting in 7 years. Well, the date begins in 7 years, but it doesn't unlock until like 10 years later. It takes some time to unlock. But we will begin the Late Medieval Age with everything researched. Minus the grenades. I really don't care about the grenades. But it looks like we're probably going to research it anyways, because we've got nothing else to research. Unless we go and visit the Silk Road. For caulking. Champa rice. Sure, why not? Let's go. See what we can find. Oh, I can't do that. Breton? Yes. So I looked up, you know, some... I was too focused on the whole King Arthur shenanigans than I was the longevity of our playthrough between games. So I chose Breton because apparently Arthur was Breton. He has the Breton culture, but he started in Wales. So we started in Wales with the Breton culture. And I didn't realize until way later when a viewer had tested and found out that swapping to England or, you know, transferring the save with the mod is very specific on a lot of things. If you are not of English culture, it does not create England. Therefore, if it doesn't create England, you don't get the England mission tree. Instead, we are Britannia, which means we're going to get the Britannia mission tree. And
special eyes.
Look with your special eyes.
My brand.
My brand. And apparently the Britannia mission tree is not nearly as good. Or so I've been told. It goes off titles. I was wrong yet again. Oh well. Honestly, oh well. Honestly, truly, oh well. It's gonna be like that. That's kind of the nature of a grand campaign, is things are going to be different each game because it takes stuff from the previous game into the next one. Meanwhile, you're playing EU4. Sapphire, are you preparing for our next grand campaign game? Also, the game manually slowed down apparently. Somebody was lagging behind. Oh, I play EU5, and I want to move this game into EU5. The problem is that EU5 doesn't have a conversion mod prepared for it. And not everybody is very competent at EU5. Also, EU4 is a much... How do I want to say? There's a lot more stability in EU4, as well as a lot more polished content, because it's existed for 10 years. So, still in Speed 2? Yeah. I sped us up to Speed 2 rather than 3. Because I wanted to see if somebody was still lagging behind. Yeah, much more polished and stable. I have played EU5. I like playing EU5. I think it's a good game. But just like how Crusader Kings 2 was much more polished and had a lot more content compared to Crusader Kings 3 when it first came out, Crusader Kings 3 was also played much different. They added a lot of mechanics that Crusader Kings 2 didn't have, but then there was a lot of Crusader Kings 2 mechanics that it had accrued over the 10 years of development that Crusader Kings 3 didn't have on release, and still doesn't have. So, I'm sure given time, people will move from EU4 to EU5, but EU5 still needs a bit more time in the oven, I suppose, to catch up to what EU4 had. I'm not. EU4 happens to be my... I don't want to take anything seriously and just play a scenario game. Okay. I did that a lot with Stellaris. For me, Stellaris games were like, I want to just relax, decompress, and kind of just enjoy a game. And that was Stellaris. That was my game. I didn't have to worry about playing with other people. I didn't have to worry about oh, you know, hold on. Anglo bread. Let's make sure that these ones, yeah, let's do that, so then they might change. I didn't have to worry about multiplayer or pausing. And I did it a lot off stream too. You know, with a recent video that I put together for Paradox for the new Nomads content, I've been contemplating making a edited basic Stellaris tutorial where I would turn off all the DLC stuff. I would play as the bare basic empire and just explain how the 4 pillars of the grand strategy game operate. Now, exploration, expansion, exploitation, and extermination. Egypt formed? Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Arabia still there. Jerusalem has changed. Okay, this might be problematic. Okay, never mind. Actually, no, we're fine. So when it comes to the culture and culture fascinations, the rate at which something gets fascinated is dependent on the average development of your culture. And our average development is pretty high. But you'll see here that the King of Arabia is Breton. So if he has any Breton territories, that development is going to tank our average. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dark Arisen? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dragon's Dogma? Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen has been announced. Expansion DLC announced. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen launches October 9th, 2026. Based off feedback we received after the initial release, we established 3 goals for ourselves when to set out the update and expand the game. Enhanced gameplay, expanded adventure, and enticing value. In the lead up of the release of this expansion, there will be 2 major updates that will enhance the gameplay and experiences of the base game, starting with the first update in June 10th. Those who already own the game, Dark Arisen expansion will be available as a separate DLC. The base game will also receive a permanent discount, at which time the DLC items will be... Certain DLC items will be discontinued. I'm hoping that means that their DLC, like, hey, you want to have extra stuff in the game? Well, you got to pay real money for, is being removed. I really hope that that's what this means, because that is a major reason why they've got some mixed reviews, is that they added stuff that should be integral to the game as purchasable microtransactions. Anyways, Dark Arisen, that's awesome news, actually. Mild frostbite. Why are they discontinuing items? Well, I'm hoping that they're discontinuing the microtransaction items. I don't know what items they're talking about. All right, so we got this Silk Road innovation for shampoo rice. What is shampoo rice? Development growth in wetlands, building construction cost reduction. Hey, I was reading that. Paddy fields. The paddy fields and manor house may be built in wetlands. Okay. Well, the problem though is wetlands are only in certain areas. I mean, we have more than most. But I won't lie, the wetlands, like, it seems like, I wouldn't say a waste. I mean, we'll learn it anyways. Actually, no, that'll be good. Yeah, we'll want those. Uh-oh. 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 The first desync of the game. Or crash, maybe? You have 3 kingdoms? Jeez. Oh, right. The King of Arabia. So originally it was Jerusalem. Jerusalem then took Arabia. Arabia broke apart. So it became two different kingdoms, I think. I don't know. That was a couple weeks ago now. I think there's too many characters around to stay at 3 speed. So what you're saying is we need another Black Death. Got it. Well, Maku, I wouldn't want you to create an empire because you're supposed to be my vassal, right? Or tributary. Paddy fields. Isn't that, well, in England, sure. But not in Ireland. That's why the term paddy is very common in Ireland, right? Or you pull a Montu on every AI you don't. If there was a cleanup option for the game, that could be very useful, where you could just say like, oh, all unnecessary kids. Unnecessary NPCs, kids, just clear out half the NPCs in the world. We need a Thanos snap. That's what we need, chat. Random. And fair. We need a mod that you could just Thanos snap half of the NPCs in the game. No. The name Paddy is common because it's shorthand for Patrick, a common Irish name. You sure? How do you know? What are you, from Ireland? All right, we now have finished all of our learning sections, so we'll probably just go for... Probably for monthly income. A mysterious puzzle. I'll take that. He did intrigue last. Where's the wandering perk? Oh, my character wasn't a wanderer to start with. And yeah, I did do intrigue last. I don't do much intrigue stuff in this game. I don't find it very entertaining. All right, I need to go around and spend an upgrade in every province possible. Anything that gives development must be upgraded. Unfortunately, I can't build windmills everywhere. But there are other buildings to upgrade. Stop reminding me about my perks. Ah, some of these are so expensive. I'm almost wondering if it would be better to simply save the gold for the next game and spend it here. No. Whoa, why is this not allowed? Disabled because it's not the county capital. Did somebody move their capital? How was this even built? Well, that's a wasted building. Gold doesn't transfer. Wait a minute. Hold on. Every holding gives 30 gold. So this gold doesn't transfer. What about the buildings? The buildings matter at all? Other than, you know, us just trying to increase our dev growth? One-legged? No. I refuse. And I'm home. Good. Or windmills. Sell trivial titles is a little risky. A little bit. Just a wee bit. It's not much.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Thank you very much for the hydrate, Fox. I appreciate that. And a posture check. Jeez, man. Oh, my child died. Oh. Why are you at war with Italy? I don't know. Didn't you want to take it? Or plague resistance. Only the dev and how the countries look transfer from what I remember what game it said. So, the development in the territory, important. And the amount of holdings in the territory, important. But what about the amount of buildings in those territories? Does any of that matter? Like, we got all these gardens and shipwrights and whatever. Somebody's plotting against me. How dare! Upgrade the windmills. More development. Buildings don't transfer. Well, I mean, I assume buildings don't transfer, but do they make a difference, you know? Like, does each building you have give more development or more population or... I don't know. Hi, War with it, Lily. Oh, that's a good one. That's good. That's good. I love those kind of jokes. I lost someone. No, my spy master! This rapacious woman will be my spy master. Don't get me killed. Ooh. Oh, you're still doing that. Okay, good. Gaming isn't in chat. What do you mean? Yeah, he is. Oh, he's just busy. He's busy fighting a war with input lag. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be tough. Every dev building is being upgraded. You must get as much development as possible. If they don't have a dev building, then we're going to be getting disease resistance. We are not moving our capital. Thank you. North Scale still doesn't have battlements? What are you doing? You have all your holdings filled? Yeah. You lost land in Spain because they attacked while you were busy. Oof. You can't do this because you don't have the tech. Let's invite some knights. Another plague! Yeah, so this is part of the problem with having such large territory, is that you constantly get plague pop-ups. Constantly. Alright, we definitely need to invest in this guy's territory so its development increases. My wife would never disrespect the sanctity of our marriage. Ever. Are you not Breton? Sir. Actually, you all, none of you are. Wait, you're Irish? Oh my word, that face. You poor lad. There you go, buddy. I fixed it. I got you. Don't worry, Fred. Another plague. Summon your physician! Summon the elector counts! Elector? I barely know her! What? A deviant? Get out of here! Man's running around in his underwear during a plague. Unbelievable. I do wish that there were certain events or pop-ups that you clearly don't want to interact with, that you just say, you know what, never ask again. Like there is something that they'll ask me, say, "Hey, what is that smell?" Hold on. Hello, DK. One moment. Something smells horrible. Like a dog took a dump in the hallway, kind of horrible, but there is no dump in the hallway. Anyways, hello, DK. How are you doing today? Sorry about that. Actually, we'll just upgrade the city itself. Ooh, I gain a friend! This evil ravener. What is he? What, hold on, what does that even mean? Ravener. Very greedy. And cool and cruel. What? Greedy and cruel. Interesting. I hired a historical character. Waiting for your meeting to start. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I was very distracted. And then the whole smell in the hallway took me by surprise. So, if you have weaker neighbors, you will get bombarded with questions. Well, not bombarded. People will ask to become, or you, for them to become your tributary and for you to be their suzerain. And they will constantly pester you about it because it will essentially be like a defensive pact where you have to come to their aid. And I don't want that. And there's no way for me to say, hey, stop sending me letters. Like, select an NPC and say, ignore everything from this NPC. At least not that I'm aware of. I would love for that to be a thing. That's why you force it and then revoke it. I didn't think about that. I wonder if you could trade suzerains. Take somebody as a vassal, and then just be like, "Oh, hey, neighbor, this is now your tributary instead," and then they have to deal with it. All right. Wait, what? What? Hold on. What? What did I gain? I gained this barony. No, it wasn't this barony. It had to have been something else. What did I gain? Hold on. Titles. This one. No, I had this one before. All right, what top holding did I gain? The blue blob grows. I gained something from someone. Yeah, I was at 13 out of 13. One recently acquired the county of Obleto. This one. And I'm also at war. Captain Hugo's resistance. A resistance? Against what? Huh? Just get rid of this word. I don't need this. Get out of here. All right, where's this book? Interesting. Oh, is it this one? Pendragon Chronicles? I think it was. Dynasty Opinions. That's not nearly as good as these. Speaking of which, we should probably go through and fix as many of these as possible. Let's also clean up some of these other ones we're not using. My house banner is still just like basic. I still have 3 Excaliburs. All right, let's search by durability and let's fix the bottom ones. Your daughter's not my responsibility. You teach your daughter. Unless she's of the wrong culture, then I'll teach your daughter. You could expand your duchy and form an empire. I don't know if you can actually do that. Unless you're making a custom empire. Which even then, I don't think you have enough land to do. Legendary Stewardship Book. Let's see what this turns out to be. This is why I need, like, a macro builder. Like if I want all of our windmills to be upgraded, so I should be able to select on the side all of the windmills, and then I could see all of the areas that have windmills capable of being not just built, but upgraded. I'm interested in development, but higher quality. Why not? Wonder, I would love having a place where I could mass select favors and get money. Who's being kicked out? It doesn't want to. Oh, we got the rice. Rice. Rice-a-roni. Is there anything we haven't learned? I guess the grenades is the only thing we haven't learned yet. So what happens if there's nothing else to learn? Oh, never mind. The high medieval era has actually begun. Okay. Well then. Wait. The late medieval era has not yet been reached. Okay, so we can't actually begin these? No, we can. We have negative progress? Okay, well, then that's frustrating. Is that because I'm trying to do it early? We need to wait? We're still in high medieval. Ah. I see. You know, I thought about the whole tributary thing. Where, like, what if I tried tributizing the world? Then nobody could declare war on anybody? Well, not aggressively. Right? They could always have their own internal wars. Tributize the world. It will all be controlled. It will all serve me. Wait a minute. Oh, you should have had your castle upgrade. Okay. F-Frog. Oh, no, that's the territory. Oops. Alright. You are Breton. You should become Breton. Territory is Breton, but you're not Breton. Why are you not Breton? You guys are making this difficult. It'll be 4 years for you, right? Because you are of a different culture. But since you have a smaller territory, you should be able to catch up, not too terribly, as long as your average is high. But you keep expanding into other areas that won't have, like, development spread because they're disconnected. More disease resistance. Please and thank you. That's a lot of gold. Just from tributaries alone. Ooh. Building construction time minus 25%. That's pretty good. But I think that that's only in my territory. And a book about making gold. Yeah, it's garbage. A book about making gold? Yeah, just by selling it. That joke did not sound as good out loud as it did in my head. Sell trivial, extort subjects. Keep spending money. Spend money to make money. Can't upgrade you because you're already upgraded. Tributized all of Eastern Europe. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. Why did I make that noise? Granted, I mean, I just heard a sheep. But I didn't have to make the noise, but my brain said, oh, you should emulate that noise. Windmill? No windmill. Sat. Windmill? I really do think that you should get an opinion bonus for improving your vassals' territories. I mean, it's essentially... It's essentially like you giving money. Norse Gale still doesn't have it. Gale, what are you doing? You silly billies. I was gonna make the joke, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, but I'm starting to get upset. You guys can't manage to figure this out. Well, I don't want him to build the Baltic Empire. The viewers weren't meant to make empires. They were supposed to be kingdoms at most. Small kingdoms at that. Ooh, my queen has lost the measles. Heaven be praised. Let's get you the guilds. The guilds. 3 years still. He is consciously not forming it. So, he's doing exactly as I asked. Or at least close enough. Which I appreciate. More disease resistance. We gotta be careful. We need the disease resistance because as we're improving our development, we really don't want our development to regress. Somebody died? Oh, my horse died. Rip. Gosh dang it, Welshman, what are you doing? You guys are still in the Stone Age. Well, not quite. The building is disabled, and that means that this territory is not gaining that bonus. That's frustrating. It's just a wasted building. Hey! Hello, Minecraft. How you doing today, man? I've been doing my best to spend my gold, and I still haven't run out. Not that I want to, but I find it kind of wild that I've been constantly spending hundreds of gold on every upgrade, and I've only spent like half. The rich keep getting richer, chat. Well, these are all my territories, so there's not really anything to upgrade there. I've called in most of Europe to help me in your war against the Spanish. Wait, what? The Spanish? I see. Okay. Bro wants to try to take Spain. Alright. I mean, hey, in EU4, or, you know, if you want to try to go from Sardinia to take over Spain, I mean, if anything, you may want to try to take, like, the Aragon territory. Man, the Holy Roman Empire is going to be a pain. Which is perfect! We want this. We want a challenger, right? We want some sort of big bad that's not another player. Well, I've had an interesting afternoon. Spam callers and a mouth that will make sailors blush is a very good combo. Oh, you shoot him out, is that it? Is that what happened? Oh, let's upgrade the castle itself. Oh. Alright, what's going on? Don't care. Get out of here. Get out of here, stalker. Emperor Arthur's regalia. That... Oh! I guess it didn't... Okay, hold on. A lot of stuff needs to be fixed. Control of all West Africa. Mali's getting big. Okay. More contenders for EU4. I like it. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, even when I get people who spam call, granted, a lot of the spam calls are just automated, so they're not actual people. I have had, you know, actual people call before, and not spam call, but more like scam calls. Like I had somebody call who had a very heavy Indian accent, saying that they were from Microsoft and that that my computer needed upgrading for protection. I'm like, no, it doesn't. My computer doesn't, and you're not from Microsoft. Like, okay, sir, have a good day. Just hung up. I'm like, really? But yeah, we got a notification from your computer that you need increased security. Again, also, they called me while I was visiting in Mexico. I'm thinking, I'm not even on my computer. So how did my computer contact you about this? Like, this is the level of insanity for this. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, so I've also gotten calls about, you know, hey, an Amazon purchase has been made on your account for, you know, $399 or whatever it is. If you wish to dispute this charge, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, I don't have an Amazon account. Well, I don't know where you got this information from, but I don't have an Amazon account, so clearly that's not true. Or, you know, hey, your DirecTV bill, or, you know, your internet bill. I'm thinking, I don't pay for my internet. It's not my internet. Really? Are you sure? Is that the story you want to go with? You made World War I by accident. What do you mean you made World War I? You're not even at war! How did you make World War I if you're not even at war? You silly Billy. That is impossible. Yeah, I guess I'll upgrade some of their money. I have nothing else to upgrade. Okay, no Grand Tour. No Grand Tournament. Tributary invalidated. What are you doing to those poor tributaries? Or is it just that they keep dying? They probably just keep dying. Yeah, anytime it like transfers from one person to the next, it's like, oh, your tributary was invalidated. But technically it was just renewed with someone else. What fun gameplay having to click on every single piece of land to see if it has an upgrade. Just clicking at random. Battlefield. Large kennel herd, or let's go for large. Always large. Go big or go home. No, I suppose it really doesn't matter whether or not these territories are of my culture. But it does matter with how high they can be upgraded. So having them of my culture would make it easier for me to improve them. But it's not really the end of the world if they're not all bred by the time we swap. $1,600 gold for that. Good lord. That's a lot of money. Another invalidated. What are you doing over there, sir? You should be in late medieval. Oh, I definitely am. I just wanted to finish the grenades because we were already so far along. May as well. The boils have spread. Ugh. So, chat, what are you all up to right now? Other than those of you who are currently in the game participating. Some of you are playing Paradox games. Some of you are on a break from work. Let's get that upgrade. Get this upgrade. Northgale finally got the ability to upgrade their castles. About time. Which means you can... Oh, you're already upgrading. You can upgrade. No, you're Norwegian. That's not even the right... Whatever. You know what? Iceland could be whatever that it's going to be. I'm probably just going to make it its own independent vassal. Not independent. Sorry. Its own territory. Ugh. You're servicing a furnace. Okay. What's wrong with the furnace? Well, I guess if I ask questions about it, it's going to delay your servicing, I suppose. Yearly maintenance. Okay. Ooh, the Welsh don't have this? The Welsh don't have battlements? The Welsh are further behind than the Scots? Brother. All right, we need to change this territory. You are no longer going to be Welsh. This is unacceptable. More invalidation. Somebody's trying to kill my caravan master. Why? What did they do? Yeah, I also have a lot of perk points I can't spend either. I mean, the game wasn't really designed with the intention that you would have more perk points than possible. So, shouldn't be surprised that that's an issue. It's the price we have to pay for immortality. No, I don't need to upgrade those. All right, how's the development looking? Okay. 37, 29, 21, 16. All right, maybe what we should do then is we should invest in the northern area. That way it propagates south, just as our south is propagating north. So why don't we try to... So what we'll do next is once we're done with this earldom, we will swap this territory over to Breton, and then we will have it increase development. Try and get this caught up with the rest of our territory. That way we'll share going south. Oh no, I'm down to 15,000 gold, chat. What am I gonna do? Ooh, I suddenly got a hunger pain. Okay. I mean, I had very little to eat this morning. So, I'm actually going to take this opportunity then to have a protein bar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I love when the game is doing well. Ah. Aku, why'd you have to say something? Oh. Yeah, so... Oops. Actually, no, that's fine. So these are the protein bars that I have. The Fit Crunch bars. They got quite a bit of protein in them. So I only require like 1 or 2 for lunch. Not that they are a replacement for a proper lunch, but they got a significant amount of protein in each of them. There's at 16 grams of protein. So for a quick snack, in order to get some extra protein, I usually have these. I have tried many different protein bars over the years, and these have got to be the best ones I've tried. They're good enough that you actually want a second one just because of how good it is. So, rather recommended.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Perfect. I'm already hydrating. I mean, peanut butter and chocolate, you kind of need to hydrate. Cliff bars are okay sometimes. I don't know. I've tried a number of Nature Valley and Cliff bars, and you just don't come close to the Fit Crunch, or at least in my opinion. Fit Crunch also has several other flavors. One of them is cookies and cream, which it's okay. I still prefer the chocolate peanut butter over the cookies and cream, but if people are like really into cookies and cream, then you know, each their own. Yeah, we get ours from Costco. So the next time you're at Costco, just grab a box, try them out, see what you think. You're always willing to try new things. Oh, I know it. For better or worse. Oh, I know it. What game year did we start on today? What year was Greasy Cheeks? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, 1180? Okay. So with the 50-year... So we still got another 20 to 30 years that I'd like to get before ending today. Actually, a better way to math this out is try to go closer to the end game date, which is 14 something or other. I guess 1400. So that's like 200 years. So that means over the course of the next 3 days, you got to get like 70 to 80 years in. 70. Around 70 years. Starting now. Well, we'll get as far as we can. Again, I may just run the clock out on the final day. We'll see. I forgot that I invited knights previously, and I never hired any. Oh yeah, so Gaming Brain, you were talking about, you know, asking how do you have more money than me? That's because I was spending 150,000 gold on all these upgrades everywhere. Mountain oysters. I'm not even sure what that is. I guess oysters from the mountains? Oh, right. Now that we are in the late medieval, we can... Let's see here. Let's go... Let's do the Renaissance thought so we can get more maximum development easier. Heavy cap. Standing armies, royal armories, gunpowder. Rocky Mountain oysters are bull testicles. Oh! I wish I didn't know that. But I can't unknow that now. Ooh. Cambridgeshire gains plus 0.1. Where's Cambridgeshire? Here. Oh, that is so much extra development. That is bonkers. That is awesome. Okay, promote culture here. And then we will... Actually... Is that where we want to do it? No, we should probably select something a little bit more central. That way it spreads in all directions. Let's go here instead. $19. That's good. That's very good. We've had a lot of bread spread. Perfect. Well, we'll go as far as we can. And we'll see what happens. Really? Do the workshops help with... Oh, they don't. Whoa, hold on. Holder of this holding gains cultural fascination progress plus 20%. When maxed out, specifically. I'm going to swap all of these. This may not be the smartest idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. I wonder what this line... just... Okay. Okay. They should all... Oh. Almost. Almost. Oh, come on. Just scroll down, dude. It's not that hard. Okay. Fighting in Spain is a nightmare. Declared war and everybody join. Well, it's probably because you're doing a holy war. You gotta stop doing holy wars, you goober. Holy wars allows anybody of that religion to join in against you. It's probably where a lot of your problems are coming in. People keep joining against you. You silly Billy. And we're disconnected again. No! All right, well, resync. Oh, all right, while it's resyncing, I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back and get some more water. All right, chat, while we're still having Gaming Brain join, I'm actually going to take a little bit of time to let the dogs go out and go to the bathroom because it's been several hours. I would rather not have Rex pee inside the house, so I will be back in probably about 2 minutes. Ow! Okay, I'm back. Maku, Dolphin, sorry, Maku, Gaming Brain, are you guys ready? Sorry, you talked about Dolphin and I was thinking about him. He certainly did help, but, really, it's gotta be that I have just invested incredibly heavy on getting as much dev growth as possible. I mean, look at all those modifiers. Okay, good. Did I not build here? Well, that's awkward. We could change that. We could fix that. I could fix that. I mean, it certainly doesn't help that you were a couple hundred years later trying to create a different culture. So you hadn't been working on the territory or the culture for nearly as long. So you started late, essentially. That's a lot of scammers, man. That is a lot. Okay, hopefully this doesn't turn out to bite the butt. But the fact that we're able to get extra cultural fascination progress with all of these holdings, that's gonna hopefully allow us to absolutely sprint through all of this. But we'll see. The hold court option, I wish, would also be something I could disable. I don't think I've held court once this entire time. It's pretty impressive, Gaming Brain. If only you were a vassal, then I was able to help aid you with Dolphin's character. Sorry, not Dolphin's. Maku is actually the character that I'm using for my own dev increase. He is Dolphin's replacement since Dolphin died. It's a bit buggy in multiplayer. What is? Pope, could I ask for some money? Because clearly I need it. Oh, whoa, 4,500 gold. That's got to be because we got into the next era. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's based off of your income? I don't know. Oh, then we must have reached the next threshold because previously it was 2,500. And now it's 4,500. Look at that. Peaceful. No wars other than whatever the heck this is. What's going on here, dude? War for Congar's claim on the Duchy of Gondor. Who's Congar? This guy. Who's about to die. Four kingdoms. Andalusia. Balotherenia? Cyprus. Crete. What is this one? What? You're double dipping on the kingdoms. Those two kingdoms are the same. Somebody's hacking. Bro's hacking. All right. Something's wrong. You guys are days behind on the counter here. Maku's still on August 28th. And we're on September 3rd. Oh, there he goes. Now he caught up. All right. Yes. What a gorgeous sound. Building's being completed. I love it. Drink okra water with Kool-Aid mix. I mean, I understand that you're willing to try new things, but some things shouldn't be tried. Just saying. Some things are not meant to be tried. And another disconnect. I wonder why that is. A synchronizing game. Rehost. Oh, you crashed? I'll just reload the whole game. I'll just reload everything. Simus, now my game is gonna freak out. What? Because I kicked you from the lobby while you were joining? Alt F4, it's not that hard.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Oh my goodness, DK, I missed that. An hour ago, you shared a stream streak of 105 streams. I hope you're still here. That is awesome. That is incredible. Anything beyond a couple weeks is pretty impressive to me, but over 100. By the way, Chad, it looks like Ark Survival Ascended is currently the winning vote for our community multiplayer server. Dune Awakening and 7 Days to Die are close behind. Now, I will and do want to do Dune Awakening and 7 Days to Die at some point. But I think that if we're going to be doing a community multiplayer server, the next one that is voted for will be Ark Survival Ascended specifically. When that happens, I'm not positive, but within the next month or so, hopefully. It depends. There's a lot of releases coming out. There's the new Stellaris content coming out very soon. There's the Outward game coming out very soon. Windrose is something that Dolphin, Izzy, and I will be streaming. Man. There's something else that was supposed to be coming out within the next few weeks. I don't remember. War Crusader Kings? Oh, man. Think water? Yeah, no thank you. I don't need think water. Oh boy, I'm getting so tired. All right, the join information has been updated. Oh, man. I'm definitely going to be taking a nap today. Oh. I do have to say, though, it feels... man. What does it feel like? Like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder with the Stellaris tutorial finished. At least finished. I made the final cut and I uploaded, the file to Paradox, and it's up to them on whether or not if they wish anything else to be changed or modified or added. So far, I haven't gotten any marks of like, hey, you missed something or something's incorrect or whatever. So still initializing. It's fine. Maybe I'll go lay down for a bit and then come back when you guys are ready. or I'll just turn off the camera and I'll slouch for a bit. Maybe we'll get Smokey on the camera. Oh, come on, Smokey. Really? Yeah, 1400. It literally won't go down that far. Difficult, buddy. And it's just gonna fall. All right. Okay. Come here. Oh. Hey! Mary. Hey! How are you doing today? Thank you so much for the raid. Right now, we're waiting to have some of our multiplayer viewers join our lobby. In which case, I'm currently just slouched back in my chair while having Smokey on the camera because I don't need you guys to see just my head. Oh, I'm tired. How about you, Mary? How are you doing today? Hey! We're playing Yes, Your Grace, and you just finished. What is Yes, Your Grace? I've never heard of that. Well, looks like another furry friend has joined us today. Ruby is now under here. As you can see, the green screen in the background is currently moving. That's because Ruby is wagging her gorgeous tail. Kato, indeed. Hello, hello. We got Big Bad Goat. We got Blaze. We have Paul. We have Pixie. Hello, how are you? Yeah, Smokey's pretty cute, but of course so is Ruby. But now we gotta show off Ruby. Hello, Ruby. Ruby. Hello. Oh. Ruby. Where'd you go? Shy. Yeah, shy doggo. No, she's actually not shy at all. She Oh, that's what she was doing. I see. She's like, I'm back human, but with a toy. Yes. Yeah, thank you for the oh, what a toy. Ruby. Back up. Ruby. Toy? It's a toy. Get it. Oh, there you go. Good girl. And there's Rex too. He's got to say hi as well. But he doesn't want to get too close to the cat because they have a tumultuous relationship. So, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that a lot. Hope that your stream went well as well. I understand that since your stream is done, you probably need some after-stream care. So if you need to raid and run, I very much understand. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a raid and run as well. Well, more like a raid and nap. Oh. Here she goes. So what was this game called? Let's see here. Yes, Your Grace? Yes, Your Grace game. Okay. Troubling times, Your Grace. The petitioner's petty matters exceed our limited resources, to say nothing of the war. A careful balance must be struck. Your throne awaits. Interesting. Okay. List of petitioners, age your family, hire generals, prepare for battle, make alliances. Oh. Okay. Single player. Well, that's cool. You should play it. Great opportunity for voice acting. It's like Crusader Kings, but way smaller and single player. I mean, I would not mind adding it to my watch and or wish list. Let's see here. Yes, Your Grace. Whoop. That was loud. Oh, does it have Twitch integration? That would be fun. That could be fun. Go run to bed. Enjoy your sleep. Hopefully you have wonderful, pleasant dreams. And a very restful night. I know we can all use a restful night nowadays. Baku, how is your game loading going, my friend? Oh, oh my. Yawning is contagious. I'm sorry. Oh, it might just be better to end today. Oh. Just so tired. And I still have more stuff to do. Yeah, honestly, maybe I should have just taken the day off. Well, we needed to get more... We needed more time to pass today. Take a power nap? What, then come back and stream later? I mean, I'm still gonna take a nap. It's just, I've got places to be this evening. Places meaning I've got to drive to my small group, and then afterwards I'm gonna drive and get some Taco Bell on my way home as a treat. I deserve it. Yes. I could just let the stream run and just leave Smokey up here. I say his name and he looks at me like, what? What human? I mean, I could. Maku, do you have your game on a solid state drive? By chance? Smoky stream? Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, having it on a solid state drive would be ideal. Just saying. Too many times. Chat, I don't know if I could continue today. It's been 2.5 hours. Granted, a half hour of it was just sitting here. I'm so tired. I really need to just lie down. So, unfortunately, we didn't make nearly as much time progress today, but I think that that's for the best.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
I mean, sure that since there was a break in the action that it made me realize just how tired I was, but I'll take it as a sign that it was meant to be. So I could just leave Smokey up here. If he's willing to stay. Okay, well, we'll have to go longer tomorrow. Absolutely. Agreed. All right, well, I'm gonna AFK now. I'm probably gonna lie down for a bit. You know, I could just leave. No, don't worry about it, Baku. It happens, dude. Also, it was completely out of your control that the game crashed, so it's whatever. I'm gonna leave the stream running, and I'm just gonna have Smokey on the chair, unless he hops down immediately. Then I'll close the stream, but we just leave him up for now, I guess. Let's do a text. This will be there is a save. Yes. Yeah, it did save. Well, that did not last long. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow.